Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Baked Beans is back. Yes, the Baked Beans that we all know it, with the exact same team as the original contract. Baked Beans is back and we're going to be covering it in today's video. But before we get into it, please hit the like button, subscribe down below if you want to, and turn the notifications on so you don't miss a future video. Make sure to go follow me over on Twitter, link in the description, Discord's in the description as well. And with that said, let's jump into it. Now, I am not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and be very careful about what you're investing in crypto and DeFi because it is the riskiest stuff in the world. With that said, let's jump into baked beans. So we all remember baked beans from the previous bull market, right? If you were around in 2021, 2022, baked beans went absolutely crazy with millions of dollars in the contract and people printing cash. So we're going to be covering it today because they are backed. Baked Beans Reloaded, EST from 2021, because that is when they originally launched the first contract and they are now back. So, of course, this is a miner. These are extremely risky. You have to only go in with risk capital money that you can afford to lose because this thing will not be around forever. How long it will be around for is completely dependent on how the community kind of manages the contract. So there is currently $1 million in the contract. There is 1,513 BNB in here. And it only launched about 2 to 3 days ago, I do believe, maybe 4 days ago, something like that. So the earlier you get into something like this, of course, the better chance of making more gains is potentially possible, right? So you have to jump in as early as possible. Now, this thing's only been around for a couple of days, which is great news. So the BNB reward pool with the tastiest daily rewards, 8% variable daily. So let's connect up my wallet. I have about 1 BNB in here. I've only been in this for an hour. We have 0.003 BNB reward so far, which I can't compound yet because you need to obviously have 1 bean as a minimum, which I believe the minimum, if we take a look, is 0.0. Yeah, so 0.01 BNB is 1 bean. So I need to have 0.10 BNB to go ahead and rebake, right, which is compounding. So typically you need to, or typically the best strategy, which will cover the white paper in a second, but if you don't know how baked beans work, essentially it's a miner. You put in your BNB and you get these things called beans, and you'll make up to 8% daily. You'll make 8% as long as you're following a healthy strategy and you're not kind of rinsing the contract. The more you eat beans, okay, depending on your ratio to rebaking, which is compounding, and then eating beans is claiming, depending on your ratio to compound and claim, is what your personal daily return will be. So they state in the white paper, which we will cover here, there is a strategy here. Rebake 6 times a week and eat once a week to maintain balance and maximize rewards. That is the suggested strategy here for baked beans. So rebaking, so compounding 6 times a week, and then on the 7th day going ahead and claiming the rewards is the recommended strategy, and that is the one I will be following. So be recompounding every day. Now bear in mind, you can recompound as many times as you want in a day, but there is a 1 hour cooldown. So every time you click rebake, there's a 60-minute cooldown, so that you can't just spam this button as many times as a day as possible. Okay, so you can compound once every hour and you can eat beans as much as you like. But again, you can come and click this button whenever you want. There's no kind of cooldown on this. You can claim it whenever you want. But of course, just make sure the gas fees outweigh your rewards. But yeah, rebaking 6 times a week, eating once a week, so claiming rewards once per week is the suggested strategy. So I've put $500 in here. I'll leave a link down below if you want to get into baked beans. Again, this is the exact same team as the original run, and they are back. So let's go ahead and take a look at the white paper. Okay, so how do you buy? Essentially, you just come into here, you click in the amount of BNB you want to do, and then you click get beans. Okay, and then it will come up. You just approve the transaction, and then your beans will go into the system, and you'll start earning some rewards. Okay, let's go back over here. There's no minimum buy, and there is a maximum buy of 15% of the TVL at the time, so keep that in mind. So right now, the maximum buy will be about 15K, give or take. Oh, sorry, 150K, give or take. So what are beans? Beans are miners bought with BNB that generate your rewards. Can I sell the beans and get your BNB back? No, BNB is locked in the TVL and BNB is earned through rewards. Again, just to help with sustainability. How is the value of my beans determined? The value of the beans fluctuates based on TVL and inflationary rates. Beans do not have a set price. What happens if I press rebake? Rebaking compounds your rewards, increasing your beans and rewards over time. There is a 60-minute cooldown. what happens if I press eat beans? The BNB rewards is dispensed into your personal wallet minus fees. Ensure that your rewards accumulated will outweigh the project fees and gas fees needed for the transaction, as we already mentioned. So the daily percentage is up to 8% based on factors like users' eating habits on the platform, contract balance, market bean inflation, and more. Eating does not decrease the user's bean count, only new deposits or rebakes increase. So the amount of beans you have cannot decrease. So the team strategy, again, we covered that. What if you don't actively rebake or eat? So you do need to be active on this one sort of once a day, every couple of days, whatever your sort of strategy is, because it will lead to inflation of the price, reducing your rewards over time. So it does have external revenue, which you can read there. Is it too late to invest? The contract is written to provide an optimal entry for all users, new or old. This is the reason the beans per BNB amount changes with the fluctuation. Is it sustainable? Again, above there. And the anti-whale mechanism. And how is it different from the original baked beans miner, which is pretty important. So the referral rewards have changed, added to your rewards. And now in the new one, it's added to your beans. Okay, so referral rewards just get added into the amount that's invested, if that makes sense. So the referral percentage was 12.5% on buys and compounds, and now it's 10% on buys and 1% on compounds. And there is a max buy of 15% of the TVL, which again helps with whale tax and whales and all that good stuff. There's no minimum buys this time. Compounding, no minimum BNB to compound, 60-minute cooldown timer. And the dev fees, 3%, and now it is 9% just to help with, again, sustainability. So how do I know Baked Beans Reloaded is safe? The contract will be launched as an immutable contract, meaning no changes can be made by the dev or team, which again is essentially the same as the last time. It's a direct fork of the original Baked Beans with the original team. So the contract is safe. You know, the last one never rugged or anything like that, and it was pretty flawless. So here's a disclosure. Again, always read this because, you know, these things are super risky. It's just cool to see these guys are back with a new contract. Let's take a look at the balance here. So again, it has increased by about $6,000 since I last refreshed, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, you can go ahead and see over on their link tree. You can see the DApp website, Telegram, Twitter, Medium, support marketing proposals, Reddit, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Just give these guys a follow. Now, of course, guys, this is extremely risky. I wouldn't recommend putting a crazy amount in here, of course, like anything. But I am not a financial advisor. You always have to do your own research. But yeah, super risky stuff. This isn't safe by any means. Of course, well, safe is in terms of, you know, like the stock market, right? Or buying a mutual fund. Nothing in crypto is safe, but miners are pretty risky in terms of what can happen, because when the TVL goes to zero, of course, there's no more rewards. So the earlier you're in, the better. I will leave a referral link down below for those that are interested in jumping in. But yeah, there you go. There is Baked Beans Reloaded, back up and running with the same team that launched the original contract, which is great to see. This isn't separate from my yield farming portfolio. Again, I literally have $500 in here, so nothing too insane. Of course, the main business and the main thing with DeFi is building cash flowing safe assets such as yield farming, etc. But then coming into stuff like ROI dApps with a tiny amount of money that you can afford to lose, which me, I can afford to lose this 500. Again, only invest what you can afford to lose because it's super risky. This thing lasted for a while. That's why I jumped into it. And again, this just kind of goes off of the thesis of what I'm saying in my yield farming videos. These ROI dApps and miners, these kinds of things, they still have a place in a portfolio, a crypto portfolio, a DeFi portfolio, in my personal opinion. Whether you like them or not, whether you want to risk some capital in these risky plays is up to you. I did well with these, with personal investments back in the ROI dApp run in 2021 and onwards, and I'll continue to do so in the upcoming current bull market. So anyway, thought I'd make this video. Baked Beans, I'll do an update on this next week to see how we're doing. And I currently have 103 beans, and we'll see where we're at next week. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know down below, were you in the last Baked Beans? Let me know how well you did. And will you be joining the new one? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.